Yeah, 9 May evening time, 2024 here in Vrindavan, 140 kilometers from Delhi. I just wanted to bring attention to two major things that every one of us are aware of. One thing is measurement of space, and the other thing is the measurement of time. Very difficult thing to understand because there is an instant or a realm where the measurement of space and the measurement of time have no effect. I'm trying to talk scientifically. I'm not just trying to say something, but for anything to have measurement, first it has to exist, and then it's given measurement. So time factor is what the atmosphere is affecting time. Maybe here where I'm sitting here, the time factor is according to our sun. Or maybe if I'm sitting on another planet, the time factor is different. So the time factor is not the same in all places. It's not the same in all places. And the time factor depends on the speed of uniting of two atoms. That is how it's measured. So if there's heavy gravity, they come together faster. If there's lighter gravity, they come together slower. So here, the gravity pull is 24-hour day, 60 minutes in an hour, like that. Okay, but that doesn't mean that in other places it's not different. Of course it's different, because the pull is different, the atoms are coming together different. So the time factor, the measurement of time, and also the space factor. I'm always confined to a certain space. Maybe I'm confined to a certain space in my room or my planet, but there's a space factor. But it's also coming from something that has no confinement. So space and time have their perfection. So there's a ancient scripture in Sanskrit, and it gives a description of how the measurements were made. Now, if I would want to give a Nobel Prize, I would have to give it to that personality who made the measurements of space and who made the measurements of time. So in just a few words, it describes how space was measured. Om sahasra shirsha purushaha sahasra sak sahasra pat sabhumi vishvato adrishta das angulam. So there's so many measurements here. It's saying that this Purusha, or this personality, had the ability to manifest heads. But not just heads, it's the ability that you have within your head. So he manifested the ability that the people have within their head. But he manifested them separately. Then he manifested the ability you have in your eyes. He manifested them separately. He manifested the ability you have in your feet to walk, and your hands, and things like this. And right at the end, it says, Das Angulam. He has manifested all this in the length of 10 fingers. In other words, he's put measurement on this. The ability of all these things have a measurement. they have a measurement. And the measurement is very difficult to get away from. So now, that is measurement in the sense of space. And then, Om Purusham Idam Sarvam Yat Bhutam Yat Cha Bhavyam Utam Ritam Yashashena Yat Anena Tirohati. Now this is the measurement of time. Yes, this is how the time factor was established. In other words, the time factor was not established before, and now it is being established. The measurement factor was not established before, and in that other verse, it's now been established. Within that atmosphere, there's a measurement of space, and within that atmosphere, there's a measurement of time. But before there existed, or still does exist, a place where there's no measurement of space and no measurement of time. It's logical. You can't cut something up that you don't already have. So that's what he has done. He's cut something up that he already had, and he separately did it. Okay, so now, the words right here, Yat Bhutam. Yat Bhutam means past. And then Yatcha Bhavyam. That means what you're going to feel. But he manifested it. It says he manifested, and in the way that it's saying it, it's present, because Bhutam is past, Bhavyam is future. But it didn't say anything about present, because he is standing in the eternal present. He has never left the eternal present, and we have never left the eternal present. We are observing. We've never left the eternal present. We are observing the past that he manifested. And we are observing the future. It's really hard, because past should be he made it. No, it says he's making it. He's making the past. And so it doesn't give an impression that, or it should say, oh, he's going to make the future. No, he made it. So it really puts a hard grip on everybody. He is standing in the present. He manifested the past, and he manifested the future. And a beautiful Uttam Ritam. Ritam, sweet. But what is his? We already said past, we already said future. But his position, where he's standing, is sweet. It's eternal. And so that is the eternal present. But the soul is also standing there. So I've been put in a situation where in one verse he's done a measurement. He's done a measurement of space. I can't get out of it. Now he's also done a measurement of time, and I can't get out of it. But if I have any understanding, he is doing it in eternal present. He is standing in eternal present. My soul is standing in eternal present. Why can't I capture that eternal present? Is because I have been given the power only to see through my eyes, and the eye has been separately manifested. And the eye is sending to my brain. My head has been separately manifested, and my brain is sending to me, myself, and I'm thinking that everything is changing according to space. And I have to work like that. I can't drive a car and think that there's no space out there. No change in space. So But we can know that, wait a minute, I want to know this eternal present. Or even just a conception of it. Even if it's a big lie, I want to know what this eternal present is. And how this eternal present has an effect on my existence. What is the effect on my existence from this eternal present? How could it do anything to me? So, what we got here? Right here, we have a clock. All the little points, little lines, those are dandas. Dandas, 24 minutes. There's 60 dandas all the way around. And if you go by the quarter, there's 15. This is sunrise up to midday, midday over to sunset, sunset to midnight, midnight up to sunrise again. So I won't say the different names, but too many of them. So let's unite two dandas together. A danda is 24 minutes. Two dandas together make 48. And they call it a muhurta. So let's take the muhurtas. But let's not just take the muhurtas. Let's use these muhurtas in a way that they're given an effect. This effect that is being given by these different muhurtas can definitely be seen reflected within our existence. But this is an eternal time day. And it establishes our time factor and space factor and how it is conditioning us. So let's see. Sunrise, you get up. These two muhurtas right after sunrise, it's better that you take some rest. Take some rest until they're over. Okay? And those two muhurtas together, let's see, they go from 6 o'clock in the morning until 7:30. You can look it up in Google's and they'll tell you what muhurta is what. Okay, so this is an inauspicious time. Better just take some rest and get some energy for the rest of the day. Okay? Then there's a muhurta here. After you've taken rest, you feel good. That's an auspicious time. Do some housework, some chores around the house. Get the house in order and everything before you go to work and everything. So, and that goes from 7:36 until 8:24. And that perfectly fits in working time. So this is more like family time to work with the family to get the house going. And of course, here, the next one is the pitra. That is a time when the person has to leave for work. So it's not so well, right? It's not so good. So 8:24 to 9:12, it's time to go out and work. And for the cowherd boys, they go and they finish their milking the cows and they get everything ready and they're preparing to leave. So it's an inauspicious time in the mood that there's going to be separation. The cowherd boys are going to be separated from their family. They're going to be out in the forest. Okay, so this leaving time is an inauspicious time, actually. And then there's about, let's see, 6 muhurtas, all the way from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So all those muhurtas, you can see they're all auspicious. They're on midday time. This is the fun time for the cowherd boys, or even, at work you have some nice time, trying to put it into perspective of our world. But for them, it's the going out into the forest, jumping in a lake and having fun and everything. And then right about the 11th muhurta, nobody has to have a clock, because the sun puts out a wind. That wind disturbs the person and tells the person it's time to go home, time to wrap everything up. It's time to go home. And that wind can be felt. It's not such a lengthy, it doesn't go for a long time, but it can be felt. It's a change. The energy changes right there. So that wind on the 11th and 12th, that wind makes it inauspicious. It's an inauspicious time, 11 and 12. Then, after everything's gathered together, going home, you're thinking about, your soon you'll be with your family. Soon you'll see all your friends and everything. So that little auspicious time comes on the 13th and 14th Muhurta. That auspicious time. Then again, just before sunset. Sunset's usually a bad time. It's a good time for a wreck. If somebody's driving a car, sunset time is the worst time. So at this time, there's big changes. Big changes. You went all the way from regular working people or out with the cowherd boys or out in the forest or something like that, and now you're coming home. So the milking of the cows have to be taken into consideration. Then you have to eat, you have to bathe, you have to get dressed. You have so many different little duties and your friends have to go home to do their duties too. So these three muhurtas, 15, 16, and 17, are considered inauspicious. You can't really concentrate, sit down and read a book or something like that. And that's right after sunset. 16 is right at sunset. So I can give you the time here for 15, 16, 17. Okay. It goes from 5:12 until 6:48. All the way up to 7:36. So it's about 5:12 is 15, and then it goes all the way up to 7:36. Sometime after sunset. Okay? Now, there just comes you don't even have to put this in somebody's mind. There just comes like a relaxing time. You already ate, you already bathed, you already did this. Now it's time to do some enjoyment time. So this is the town hall meeting time. So Krishna and the cowherd boys go to the town hall meeting and have fun. They get together and they have so much fun together. Those are 18, 19, and 20. Those are all auspicious times. So now you've done all these activities, and you're getting to be, let's see, from 7:36 all the way to 10 o'clock at night. So now it's 10 o'clock at night. So it's time to go to sleep. And that's exactly what happens here. It's an inauspicious time, better to go to sleep. But this sleep right here is your best sleep. 10 o'clock until 12 midnight is the best sleep. It's deep sleep. Even this has so much control. This has given delta type sleep from 10 to 12. And that delta type sleep gives you so much energy that you may even wake up at night and want to do something else. And that's exactly what happens. That is exactly what happens. So the gopis, they go to sleep, or the cowherd boys go to sleep, but they don't go out at 12. But the gopis go to sleep, and at 12 o'clock, they leave for the forest. They run to the forest. And this is such a long time. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 muhurtas. It is the longest. And this is like the Krsna Lila type, the dancing type, the singing, the acting, and so many things happen during this time, all the way to sunrise. Right? when you start seeing this, you see that how it has affected our space and our time. So you know this is real. This has ruling over what we are, our sensations. You know, it wasn't a iPod time that has established anything. No, this is what has established everything. Yeah, and it was all for that reasoning, for the Rasa Lila. Now, running into the forest certainly takes a lot of energy, and of course, dancing and singing takes a lot of energy. And what happens? It's better to relax a little bit. This is still within these 8 muhurtas, which is quite a long time. Within that 8 muhurtas, there is a muhurta called Brihaspati. Brihaspati is the spiritual master of all the demigods. He's Shanti, you know, he's cool. He cools it out. And Vishnu also. So these 2 muhurtas right here, they're like time to cool out or just to lay down, be with Krishna and Nikunja Lila, just laying out. Don't do any heavy activities like before. All the dancing, all the running out in the forest. Now it's time just to cool it out, you know. And again, this is an amazing part too. Surya, or the sun, sends another wind. You will feel that wind. That Surya wind should come around 3:36 in the morning. And that wind tells the person, okay, it's time for getting ready for the Brahma Muhurta time. This is like the clearing time. Everything becomes so peaceful during that time. So you want to be ready for it. So after this Surya Muhurta begins, the person gets ready for the Brahma Muhurta. And the next 2 Muhurtas, which are from 4:24 until 6 o'clock in the morning, which is sunrise, those 2 are very auspicious. Do something very auspicious, as much spiritual as you can. And they prepare to go home. So now, easy a person can see that if you went 8 muhurtas, which is more than 6 hours, and the time that you were supposed to be sleeping, you better take rest at sunrise. Yeah, you better take some rest at sunrise because you're not going to make it through the day. Yeah, so that this time is recuperated. This time is recuperated by this sleep. But this sleep right here, right after sunrise, it does not give you the delta sleep that is so important down here, that gives you so much energy, like as if you slept all night and you're going to go to work, you know? No, that is called REM, rapid eye movement. The person is sleeping, relaxing, but his eyes do not stop moving, looking here, this way, that way. So they call it rapid eye movement. If one was to see it in conjunction with Radharani, her eyes are always rapidly moving. And why is that? Because she wants union with Krishna. Her eyes are always moving this way and that way. So if someone did experience all of this, 8 muhurtas, 6 hours, and 24 minutes long of intense association with Krishna, you would have REM, rapid eye movement for sure, looking for Krishna within your mind. So if we see this and we observe it and we start feeling this, starts becoming real. You are bringing reality to the surface. You're not, right up here is my clock. That is